Sarah Spencer.
Hey, Johnny.
What's up, Sarah?
Good to see you in person.
Good to see you. Right, it's crazy.
I know, it's good. What's it like, just a game like this where Trey is going off the way he is? What's it like? And then, but also the connection that you and him had tonight as well.
Yeah, I don't really have, in a great way, not much to say about Trey. It's almost normal at this point for me, being with him for so long, to see him get going in the way they were playing him, for him to catch a rhythm. It's nothing new for me. 48 points is amazing, though. Obviously, he brought his lunch pail today, and he was ready to go, but I always see him catch rhythm, and, it's fun to see, fun to play with as well, and our chemistry has always been great since the first day we stepped on the court.
So you knew that lob was coming off the backboard. You knew it wasn't a floater, right?
No, yeah, definitely. I can't really give away how I know, but I knew. I know for sure.
Chris.
Hey, John.
See, what up?
Do you remember the first time that you caught one of those passes off the glass before from Trey?
Yeah, in game, it was preseason game against New Orleans, and then we obviously did it in Brooklyn. But we've done it in practice 100 times. You know what I mean? So
Trey's rookie year against San Antonio at Georgia Tech. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, it was in San Antonio. I thought it was New Orleans. No?
San Antonio.
Huh. You sure?
Yeah.
I thought I just watched it. Either way, see, now we got too many. But no, then again, I know, we got great chemistry enough for me to understand when he likes to throw certain passes and when he likes to, do whatever. I feel like we've just built that, on and off the court, getting to this point.
I was going to ask you, how have you seen your relationship with Trey develop in his 3 seasons now, and where do you think it is right now, chemistry-wise?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we obviously always have room to get better and grow in areas, but we're sort of at the we know each other stage without speaking. You know what I mean? And it's just stuff like that happens. So where I'm reading his mind as well as, he knows what I like to do, and I know where he likes to get to his spots at, and we really don't need to say much. We just really need to have opportunities to catch flow and catch a rhythm, and I feel like we did that tonight, and, it was easy to see.
Tim.
Hey, John. Tim Bonsos from ESPN. Good to see
Sir.
You guys have all talked about the confidence you guys have and kind of the cues you take from Trey, and you guys are all used to seeing him do this stuff. You were down in game 1 against Knicks, you were down a bunch in game 5 against the Sixers, you're down tonight with 5 minutes to go. Is that confidence what's allowing you guys to make these comebacks and win these games on the road in the playoffs for the first time as a group?
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, Trey's confidence is a huge part. I feel like, it gives our team, some juice and some added benefit to know this guy is coming out to play every single night. He's, a dog in his own respect, in his own right. He's coming to play every single day. And I feel like teams have to prepare for him because he knows how to get to his spots and be effective, as well as, include his teammates. So, sky's the limit for Trey, and we benefit off of him. We feed off of his energy as well.
And what has allowed you guys, like tonight, obviously the Bucks get to the rim early. They're kind of able to do what they want on offense. But as the game went on, you're able to shift things around and kind of, get the rhythm back in your guys' favor. What has allowed you guys to have that kind of moxie in, like I said, obviously the first time most of you guys have been in a playoff setting like this?
Yeah, really, I'd probably say 3 things. Just to, the presence of veteran leadership to tell the young dudes, guys on the court, what's going on. Got to show some love to coach as well for the adjustments made, and obviously ourselves for going out there and just competing and having some pride and not letting them just do the same thing over and over again and trying to just make everything they get as tough as possible. So, sort of the mindset.
Thank you.
Joe.
John, Joe Barton from The Athletic. Watching you guys this playoffs, it's almost hard to believe that at one point you were 14 and 20.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
How hard was it to fix all the stuff that was wrong back then?
It was tough. It wasn't easy to say per se, right? Winning in this league is never easy. And I definitely feel like, giving ourselves a deficit of games to come back and still try to compete to make the playoffs it's always tough. But as I said, when we have a group of guys who believe in each other, we have the right pieces, and obviously coach helping us to, prepare us for the journey. I feel like, things like that can happen in this league with the team we have. So very tough, but we're built for it, I feel like, as we've shown.
And the last one here in the room, Steve with Associated Press.
The way y'all played on the road this postseason, did y'all know you had this kind of Saturday y'all could play as well as you have in the postseason to surprised yourself at all with the way you played in road environments in the postseason?
No, definitely surprised all of ourselves a little bit. I feel like just how, like you said, we've handled it, how we've been able to win and go in those environments and still compete and play our game. But I feel like this year specifically was tailor-made for us to feel more comfortable on the road with COVID and all the extra tests. And, you know, now we sort of play series against certain teams instead of one game and gone. So I'd say the transition, I feel like, to being in this stage sort of was always there in a way with the new changes the league made this year because of COVID-19. So in a weird way, I feel like it helped us. But at the end of the day, we have to go out there and compete and win the games. But a lot of stuff factors into, so I feel like, why we're here.
They went on a 9-0 run. They're up 7 with about 4.5 minutes left. They've been putting their feet on people's throats at home when they get in that situation. Y'all turned it right back around immediately afterward. How were you able to kind of turn things around as quickly as you were getting 7?
Having that confidence and understanding to know that they're going to make a run. You know, they have talented guys, great coach, and we know they're at home and they're going to get energy and find a way to put the ball in the bucket. But it's a matter of us just trying to withstand and hold the fort and try to make plays. And I feel like we did that down the end, but it was that knowing that we're still in the game regardless of whatever happens.
All right, Jelani, take it away.
Jeff Schultz.
John, you sort of started to allude to this a little bit, but I think you've been an underdog in something like 11 of your 13 playoff games so far this year. So for whatever reason, there's still this perception out there that you guys are not as good as you're playing out there, not as good as the teams you're going against. What is it that you think people don't know about your team yet?
You know, I feel like a lot of people haven't watched us until now, and I feel like that's a big part of it. Just to be frank, but you know, I feel like we've just put ourselves in position to do this all year. If you look at our team makeup and our team structure of what we've been able to do, I just feel like it speaks for itself in a lot of ways. But you know, this team is dangerous.
I think you might have just said this a minute ago too, but are you a little surprised that nothing really seems to phase you guys? Whether it's a road game, whether it's a huge deficit, whether it's crunch time in the last couple of minutes?
Not sort of surprised. You know, I feel like the guys on this team have done a great job of preparing. You know, coach does a great job of getting us prepared and ready to go, understanding game plan, matchups, and just what we want to do and how we want to have a mentality as a team. And I feel like all that stuff plays into the fact that not just who's on the team, not just, you know, averages and, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of factors that go into winning NBA games, especially playoff games. So,
I mean, 3 straight series I'm sorry, go ahead. No, I was just going to say 3 straight series you walk into an opponent's building and win game 1. That's pretty remarkable for any team.
No, I definitely, you know, I feel like it definitely puts some respect on our name for sure. Going into 2 hostile environments, you know, and coming out with victories in game 1 is definitely something to be proud of. And I feel like it's prepared us for, you know, moments like this right now.
Zach Klein.
John, just to follow up what Jeff was talking about, you know, winning these on the road, but we know what's happened in game 2s, the earlier 2 series in this playoffs. So how do you avoid just not being satisfied with a split in these first 2 games on the road?
Exactly sort of what you alluded to is, you know, watching film and just trying to stay hungry and understanding that, you know, we have you know, a list or a resume of games in the playoffs that we can go look at and try to get better at and improve on. But as I said before, I feel like just having that experience gives us a little extra confidence knowing that, you know, we can change the outcome of this series and not let it be the same.
Let's go to Steve Hummer.
Hey, John, you got a pretty good T-shirt out of the last series. I wonder what kind of image from tonight, that one moment that you had that you might want to put on your next shirt.
Nah, you know, there's a little story behind why I put him, you know, did that. You know, nobody on that team, you know, has a story that can be linked to me putting them on a shirt for now, at least. I don't really feel like it's going to happen, but it's a little bit of a build up to why I did what I did. So.
Well, then we'll just go about this from all the things that you did, from the rebounding to the spectacular dunks to the key 3 at the end, toward the end of the game. what would you pick as a personal favorite then?
For me, it's just the offensive rebounds. You know, I like those because those are extra possessions, and I just feel like it gets the team going, the energy on our team going. You know, those are gritty plays and plays that win games. You know, I'm giving people extra possessions rather than making an open shot or, you know, dunking on somebody, which I love to do as well. But, you know, trying to find ways for our team to win, and, you know, makes me happy at the end of the day.
Thanks.
Got about 5 more, JC. We will go to, they'll be quick. I'm sure they will.
My bad. No, I'm good. I'm good, Joe. I'm good, line. I'm here for you.
Appreciate you. Go ahead, Maria.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Sorry. Hey, John, you made that comment about knowing each other without speaking. We've talked about this, the confidence in this team. Do you feel like the camaraderie and the way that you guys are playing right now is allowing you to play a little bit more freely?
Definitely. You know, it's been a very up and down year for us, you know, not really having a healthy roster for the entire year, having other guys step up and interchange in positions while other guys have to, you know, come back and rehab. I feel like it's given our team a bunch of added depth, experience, and just confidence in ourselves to know that regardless of who's here, what matches we have, that we've, you know, really stretched, you know, the limits of this team out and sort of just tested what we can do. And as I said before, that just gives us, you know, extra confidence to just come out here and play free as well.
And really quickly, I don't know if you've been asked this, but how do you allow yourself to not look ahead now that you have game 1 on the road? I mean, how do you allow yourself to really stay focused in this moment and take care of business with Milwaukee?
In a weird way, it's kind of easier to lock in and focus on, you know, what's in front of you in the playoffs. You know, during the season, you know, 82 games, travel everywhere, just a different feel. For me, playoffs has sort of been a little bit of a turn down in the sense of, you know, we have one team to game plan for. We have to beat them 4 times. So just an overload of information about that team. And I feel like it just slows us all down and allows us to process a little bit more.
Vinny Goodwill.
Hey, John, I'm just curious because you guys have probably been underdogs in most of the games that you've played in the playoffs. Has there come points in games where maybe you've taken the team's best shot and you're still standing, where you sense that the opposing team is surprised that you're still there? That can you kind of see it on their faces that, you know, you guys maybe have taken a 15-point run and you come in hitting a few shots and it kind of deflates them a little bit?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily maybe say deflate, but I definitely feel like, you know, when teams play us for the first time, there's a different presence or energy that comes about them to let them know that we're serious. But I definitely feel like we've taken a lot of teams' best shots, but we're just so prepared in a lot of ways that you're going to have to continue to give us that best shot, you know, all night, or we're just going to keep knocking at the door. And that's what I feel like is one of the most dangerous things about this team is, you know, you got to play really well the entire night. You know, like I said, we're coming.
Last 3 from Mark Schwartz with ESPN.
John, almost anyone would agree that taking a shimmy 3 and lobbing one off the backboard during a conference final game is something that pretty much no one in the universe would attempt. But Trey Young attempted both of those tonight. What does that say, and what effect did it have on you and your teammates to see that kind of swag?
You know, Trey's a bold dude, to just be frank with you. You know, that he lives for those moments. I don't know what more people need to see from him in the playoffs to let them know that he's a big time player. He loves the bright lights. I forgot about the shimmy, but you know, that's just Trey. That's his swag, and if it helps him make the shot, then keep shimmying, my boy.
What did it do for you, just the lob off the glass? What impact did it have on your emotion at that moment?
For me, that's a, you know, spark of energy. You know, in that moment, you know, me and Trey came to, you know, some basketball chemistry understanding, and I went up and finished the play. But I just feel like it, you know, turns my motor back up a little bit and just make me play a little extra harder. I just dunked on somebody, so that's going to turn me up.
Jamila.
Hey, John, congrats on the win.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
So kind of reflecting back to your draft press conference and just how young you looked and how new everything was to you, and your mom was kind of telling childhood stories. Have you taken the time to kind of reflect on how far you've come and just kind of sit back and be like, this is where I am right now?
You know, I definitely do. And it's kind of hard to continue to do it during the season or during moments like these big moments where I'm trying to continue to look forward. But it really happens all the time. You know, I'm really thinking about it all the time, about just my progression, about my future, about the present. But it's something that I, think about a lot and want to continue to mold into something that is the best for me.
And the final question tonight will come from Ferdinand Rivera in Puerto Rico.
PR power.
Hi, John. Congrats on the win from Puerto Rico. We see your connection in and off the court with Trey Young. How much you enjoy playing with him, and what you think of his progress through the years?
No, I love, playing with Trey. I always, tell everybody I feel like our games fit like puzzle pieces. He's great at creating and finding, slivers and holes, and I'm great at, finishing the basketball, finishing those great plays that, he makes. And I feel like it just makes a great combo, as well as us liking each other off the court. But it's great to see him mature and grow. I will say he's always had that swag, but it's definitely becoming a little bit more mature and understanding, certain moments and certain instances where he can impose his will. And I feel like he's, finding ways to do that more and more now.
Thank you.
Thank you, JC.
Lonnie, see you, my guy.
See you.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you guys again.